All right, day one of our adventure. It took us about 5 hours to get up here. We're in Morro Bay. You can see the van is parked there right behind me in front of Morro Rock. And we're gonna go over here to the water. There's a bunch of sea otters playing in the water. So we're gonna go check them out. And then I think we're gonna get some maybe fish and chips. What do you think, maybe?
Yes, sounds yummy.
All right, let's go check out the sea otters. It is so beautiful here. We're watching the sea otters play in the water. We're gonna go over there in a little bit and get ourselves some fish and chips for dinner. We're not gonna eat in the restaurant. That would just be foolish. We're gonna go back to our camping spot for the night. Watch the poop on my shoulder, dear.
Ah! That's right, he got poop on his shoulder.
A seagull or
bird
some
left
bird
him a surprise.
left a little surprise on my shoulder. So
It's probably dry by now. Oh no, it's still
it made me one with nature. There's Morro Rock right behind us. So
it's hard to get a picture because it's so big.
all right, let's go get something to eat. We're hungry.
Yum, let's go.
Sun's getting ready to go down here tonight. Our first night of this long adventure. We spent in Morro Strand State Beach. And here's the sun getting ready to go down. Where is it? Right there. Okay, we left Morro Bay earlier this morning, heading through the famous, however you want to call it, Highway 1 through Big Sur. This is where we decided to stop, take a little break, have some brunch. Not a bad view. This is looking out the slider door, and this is what we see. Night 2 of our Vanlife getaway, making burgers for dinner tonight. So this is the view that we have right now, looking over the valley of what do you say? Carmel, Monterey, the Monterey Valley here, up near Monterey, California. Here's the view we have, and the sun will be setting probably in about the next hour and a half or so. Okay, this is the third night, or third day of our road trip, and we're taking advantage of one of our Harvest Post stops. This is the Nelson family vineyard out of a small town up off the 101. It is gorgeous. That's the vineyard surrounding these redwoods that I'm in right now. Up here is the tasting room. We're going to be back a little bit later for the happy hour tasting. And everywhere you look, it's beautiful, lush green vineyards. We're on the Avenue of the Giants. One of the fallen giants. Pretty awesome. The trees are incredible. And right here is the root, or the bottom, the base of the fallen tree, and that is spectacular. Let's check it out. Oh my gosh, look at that. Look at that. That is crazy. So tonight, we're using or trying out our first iOverlander suggested spot. We're next to what's called a Freshwater Lagoon, north of Trinidad off the 101. And this is the old road highway, which basically is just like an old road that was probably original before the 101. And it goes around the back of a lagoon. And it suggested that there was like 3 or 4 spots you could turn into the park. And the first spot was taken. And this was the second spot, which was wide open. And here's out the main door. And if you can see it, there's the lagoon right there. And listen to the birds. We pulled off Highway 101 and we're at Prairie Redwood State Park. Beautiful. Kind of has that feel of when you're down in the valley at Yosemite. That was a 360-degree panorama view. We stopped at in the Prairie Redwoods. It's like Fern Gully. It's incredible. Wow, this is amazing looking. Talk about walking through the redwoods here. It's a pathway of redwoods. Remember how I said Fern Gully? Look at that. Hey, sweetie. Every turn more beautiful than the next. I mean, look at the size of that tree. That's 2 or like 4 of them together. The big one at the bottom. Look at that. And just the ferns. It's almost like they just, somebody came out and just planted them all perfectly like this. We took this path and we're going to go under this giant tree that fell. Who knows when it fell? A year ago, 100 years ago, 500 years ago, don't know. And if it fell and no one was here to see it fall, did it make a noise? I don't know. That's a question for another time. So what do you think of all this, sweetie?
I could just live back here. It's just like a playground. It's so gorgeous.
of course, I have to stop at every tree to take like 10 pictures. Can't help it.
Yeah, you can totally live out here. I mean, last night you showered naked outside the van.
Great. You have to tell everybody that.
I thought that was amazing. You were a free-spirited woman.
I love it back here.